A Time to Remember is a pretty good film. This was released in 2003. This is directed by John Putch, written by William Sims Myers, and we have a cast including Dana Delany and Doris Roberts. It's because of Doris Roberts that I became aware of this, and I was nervous. I didn't really want to watch it, but I wanted to watch it for Doris Roberts. But her character has Alzheimer's, and I don't know why, but I just always, for the most part, will not watch films about Alzheimer's, dementia. I don't know why, because I don't have any personal family history of it, but for some reason I just find that topic to be so emotional and so difficult to watch. But actually the film itself wasn't as emotional or as heavy as I expected. It's about a family coming together for Thanksgiving, and obviously a little bit of it is about Maggie and Alzheimer's. I think they maybe could have done a little bit more with that, but maybe they didn't want it to be that heavy, because the main focus is actually about her relationship with her daughters, primarily her daughter Britt, and the problems that are there. And my reading of the film is that it's basically saying make amends before it's too late, because obviously with Alzheimer's, things are on the decline, and things could, with Alzheimer's, rapidly go downhill very, very quickly, and you really want to make amends while you still have time. Certainly that's my reading of the film. And as I said, it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be, and I think that's because they didn't lean into the Alzheimer's aspect as much as they could have done. And in a way, I think that was the right decision, because it meant it was watchable. I otherwise might have struggled through it. And I think they got the balance quite right there. The characters are very well written. The relationship is very believable. All of the relationships. It does genuinely feel like a family coming together for Thanksgiving. It's not the most uplifting film at the same time. I think they also could have done a bit more with the Thanksgiving aspect of it. So it could have been heavier. It could have been more uplifting. But I still think we have some good messages there. The characters are very well written. I guess the point there is that it could be filmed, or could be set rather, any time of the year. It didn't necessarily feel like a Thanksgiving holiday kind of film, but every other aspect of it worked really well. The performances are brilliant. Visually it's good camera work, lighting, no issues with any of that. So it was a decent experience. It was a little emotional, but it wasn't too heavy. It didn't really feel Thanksgiving-y, but it did feel like a family coming together. So a lot of good aspects to this. Not the most challenging watch as I feared it would be. And ultimately, I'm quite glad I spent the time watching it. Absolutely recommend it. If, like me, you don't really enjoy films where a character has Alzheimer's because they're often very emotional. There are definitely elements of that here, but it's not too heavy. So all things considered, I'd say it's a good story, good characters and performances, some good messages. A Time to Remember is a decent film, and if it sounds like one that might appeal to you either because of the cast or the subject matter, then I'd say it's one that's worth checking out.